I saw those videos on YouTube and it was in real life. I saw those videos on YouTube and it was in real life. This is the way to do it.
Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about Bosworth. Now let me just say, I used to enjoy the TV show, The Hills, like when I was really younger. Like that was when I used to kind of like watch some TV shows and stuff. And like, yeah, she was actually one of my favorites because, I don't know, she had some sort of grace and I could just like relate like with her energy. Like, you know, she was kind of just like, kind of had like a conservative type of vibe. She was chill, kind of like said it how it was. And she was just like low key, you know. She wasn't like being extra. Like people were really being pathetic on that show just to be dramatic. And she kept her grace and dignity. So I can definitely respect that. So she was always my favorite. Like even when all the drama was going on, like when I would talk to people about it, you know, they were like, oh, who's your favorite? And like, who do you hate? And blah, 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 blah. And I would be like, oh, I love Bosworth. And they'd be like, what? Really? Like, she's not even like doing anything really. And I'm like, I know, she's just chill. Now then, I have some downloads, which is interesting, right? Well, let me just say, getting to this reading, or like, yeah, like getting to do this reading, it was a hassle. I had to do 1,000 things before I had to do this reading, right? You know, sometimes like when I do a reading on someone, like I pick up on vibes and energies. And this lady's energy, right? The downloads are significant, very significant, because it's telling me like she had to wait. This lady, whatever's going on with her life, even currently, she had to wait. There was a struggle with waiting, like a huge struggle with waiting. Not just that, it's telling me that she has some sort of OCD or something, like where she can't relax, where it's so many steps before she can do things. Almost like low key, like a mental problem, and not like kind of like something like casual, like, oh, I can't control myself, blah, blah. Like, no, she literally has some sort of issue where it drives her really crazy. So she needs to watch out for that. Also, it told me she needs to stay away from caffeine. That caffeine can really, like, accentuate those sort of problems. Not just that, it can wreak havoc on her body. So to sustain some sort of equilibrium, some sort of like, you know, positive flow, she needs to stay away from caffeine and just try to find peace, you know. Again, she struggled so much, she had to wait. So it's like, just enjoy where she's at. Now then, let me just see what's going on with the energies of this woman. What can we see with Bosworth? What's going on with her? Her real name, I believe, is Lauren Bosworth. I don't know about now because I think she's married, which is fascinating. Okay, so she had, I think this is so fucking funny that this card came out. And that's actually where that piece of artwork came from. So I think that's hilarious. Like, what's the chances of that actually happening? Like, that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that. Okay, so the man might be a problem, like, in the future. Let me just say that. The man might be a problem in the future. I can see him being abusive. And that's what I was getting, like, intuitively, like, when I seen him. Because I guess there was a reunion, and she wasn't able to go. Because I think she said that she was having her placenta removed, like, some of the placenta that was left in her womb or vagina. I don't know how that works. But she was having it removed, so she wasn't able to go on the show. Whatever with that. What I'm seeing here is that she's a strong woman, right? Very strong. If you've seen how she was able to maintain and keep her dignity, you have to have some sort of strength. She's a strong woman. Currently, she's dealing with positivity, abundance, stability, right? That's very big in her energy. At the same time, this card can be a curse and a blessing. It just depends, right? It's how you want to look at things, how you want to look at life, right? You know, she's looking at her creativity, she's looking at her growth. Yes, she has abundance and all. But this man, she's already been seeing red flags with this man. This man could be abusive. He could be disturbed. I'm seeing she has a disturbed partner. Let me get from the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck. Okay, this man, he might be leaving in the future. Let me just say that. He might be leaving her in the future. I don't want to be negative, but I just got to keep it real. He might be leaving her in the future, right? Not just that, again, like him packing up his bags and leaving. So, I mean, this is interesting. That'll be cool if she's seen this reading, right? This is like advice for her, but it's deep because it's saying there's something going on with this man. What else can we see? I want you to say, yeah, what else can we see about this man? What else is going on with this dude? What was I telling? You see how the cards are coming out, guys? If anyone knows Lauren Bosworth, you can send her this reading. A link to it, whatever. This man, he's kind of just like, because I don't do stuff like that. I don't be harassing people and all. Like, it is what it is. You're never going to get an email from me saying like, oh, have a reading with me, or would you like to have a reading with me and shit like that. So yeah, let me just say that I've never done that, and I don't ever plan to do anything like that. What I'm seeing though is that this man, I was telling you, he might leave. He's planning to leave. That's what I'm seeing, and that he's kind of a fucked up man. So that came out. How moral is this guy though? You know, how moral is he? This is a question that she would know. This is like an intimate thing with her. Does he believe in a creator? Does he believe in the divine? And does he try to follow it? You know, I'm seeing that he has certain principles, but, you know, I'm going to say that this might be a struggle. This might be a struggle, this relationship for him. Because it's like, on one hand, he will be leaving. Let me just say that in the future, he will be leaving, right? But it's a struggle because maybe he cares about what people thinks with the hair font. You know, if I'm correct, I believe they're married. So it's like, you know, maybe he cares what people think, people perceptions, you know. Then he wants that, I don't know if it's telling me creativity and growth in his life. And it's like this low Bosworth, and I believe they have a new baby or something. So it's like, you know, he might be wanting to choose that. So I'm seeing a struggle for this guy. Is there anything else before we move on? Yeah, I mean, situation with work and money. You know, I know that the man's working here, but it's telling me she needs to watch out as far as like him trying to make this money and working too much. She needs to try to, I don't know, it's a tough situation because it's telling me she needs to give him his space, but then don't give him too much space because, you know, he's going to just be discontent, you know, like not happy with what's going on. You know, I'm seeing that this man is very money driven, you know. Now, let me ask, does he love her? Does this man love Bosworth? Okay, so whatever's going to come out is serious. It's pertaining to their foundation. He's attracted to her, despite whatever people might suspect or whatever, you know. He's attracted to her because she has a type of charm. The Ace of Wands can be an attractive woman. She also has certain graces that someone might appeal to. We speak of the Ace of Wands or the Queen of Wands. Let me just put it that way. The King of Wands, he has passion, but he has passion for her, but he might just have passion for the kids or the kid. That's where his heart's truly at. You know, it's kind of just like, okay, he might be attracted to her, but how much is that going to keep him staying? You know, like that Nicki Minaj song at the end where she says, that real ass didn't keep your nigga home. Like, that shit, that's the most creative, funny shit I've heard. Like, literally not actually, like, the most creative, but you guys get what I mean. Like, that shit had me in tears laughing. I'm like, this bitch crazy, talking about that real ass didn't keep your nigga home. Some people were saying that she was trying to diss Beyonce at the time, because I guess she didn't have a fake ass yet, or it wasn't that obvious. But whatever. But yeah, in his heart, this man, he's dealing with struggle. He's dealing with struggle. You know, he's a real emperor type. You know, these type of like real macho men and shit about business and that's serious and stuff like that. This is stuff that, it's energies that come with this, right? You know how like you might have like an easy, laid back dude. I would say I'm easy, laid back. And it's kind of just like, okay, you get what you get. Sometimes with these emperors, when they're like ultra masculine and like all about their work and shit, there's something about them struggling with, do they want to abandon their family or do they want to stay? You know, because I'm seeing like, it's like he wants to leave, but then he looks back. It's like he ignores her, but he's staying for the kids, or the kids, but it drives him crazy. In his heart, you know, he's in pain and shit. He's holding a lot of things back. Then we have like the emperor. He's rigid. What's at the bottom, at the top of the deck? Now I was asking, right? Does he love her? Does this look like love? We have the world representing restrictions. Yes, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. But how much is it truly strategic? And how much is it just settling? Because I'm seeing a man that's settling, right? Does she love him? It's telling me I'm going to pull from this deck and this deck. So let's see. Does she love him? Does this Hello Bosworth love her husband or partner, whoever that guy is? What can we see? All right, relating to her foundation, so whatever's going to come out, it's going to be very significant, right? Kind of like his shit was significant. So let's see. Again, all this energy with her being strong. She's a strong woman. She cares about truth. Truth is a big deal. She's been patient. She's been waiting, like I told you, a long time. It's just telling me she dealt with a lot of delays in her life. Like, if you guys could feel the energy that I'd be feeling sometimes when I do these readings, you would be like, how worth it is it, right? Because like I'd be feeling people's vibes and shit, and sometimes this is too much. This is a very tiring energy, all this delay, all these sort of setbacks. So she's grown accustomed to certain shit. At the same time, in her heart, she just wants to be happy. But she might not find it. She might not find it. It's kind of just like, maybe not with this guy. She'll find it in the end. That's what it's telling me. She'll find it in the end. But I don't think that this guy is it. Because what I'm seeing, though, in the future slot, it's conflict. And how much is this her just trying to be successful, right? Because I'm seeing that she's making the offer. In her heart, she wants love, she wants happiness. But in the future slot, I'm seeing this conflict. Not just that, how much is this about success? She's going to find her happiness in the end, one way or another. I'm going to just say it that way. But how much really is this man making her happy? And let me look deeper, because I said I was going to use this deck. What else can we see? I was saying, like, does she love him? What's going on? Oh, excuse me. Stomach be making burping noises and weird shit. Yeah, I mean, it might drive her crazy because she might be making an offer to someone else from the past. So she needs to watch out. Whoever he was communicating with in the past, I don't know, it's just telling me he might be looking back to the past. It's telling me it's true. The energy is telling me it's true. He's in love with someone else. Like a deep love with someone else. And she's going to come to learn that. Again, like red flags energy or red envelope, however people want to say it. I say envelope. I heard some people say envelope. But a red envelope, a shady message. So, I mean, he might still be in communication. Yeah, at the time being, let me just say that he's trying to eat what he's not comfortable with. He's kind of just like eating it. He's keeping things hidden with this brown paper bag, trash bag, whatever you want to call it, over his head. It's like he really doesn't even want to deal with her. And it's funny because this relationship is new. And he's already struggling. He's just like, damn, this is a challenge for me. At the same time, though, in the spiritual slot and his heart, this thing is already dead to him. So, that's sad. For her, she just wants to be happy. It's sad because it's like she wants the Nine of Cups could be like about happiness, right? It's kind of just like happiness, fulfillment. But how much is this really forced? Because like if you look at this lady, she don't really look too happy. It's almost like she's forcing herself to be happy. Not just that, it's like if they do stay together, will it just be about like the money until the kids are grown? Or I don't know, I'm seeing a dependency issue. Not just that, maybe a struggle for money. So I don't know who's making the money here, who has it, who doesn't. But this is a fascinating situation. It's a fascinating situation. I would advise her, like, do she just want to keep having kids with this man? Because it's like she's already with him and her first kid, I guess, is with him. So if I'm correct, that's her first kid. So, some women, they want the kids all to have the same father. I could get that, right? I don't see nothing wrong with that. So it's kind of just like, there are some challenges. There are some challenges here. There are some challenges, right? Because this is an interesting 10 of Cups. Because it's like on one hand, it's split. The 10 is split, so it's not really a full 10. And you heard the horn honk, it's telling me I'm onto something. You see how it's 1 here and 0? So it's kind of just like her. And for him, it's like 0. So again, how much completion, how much happiness is this truly? What do the spiritual realm have to say about what's going on with this low Bosworth? She's an abundant woman. She's telling me it's true. I don't know what she does at all. And I know she didn't get money like that from the hills, so she must mean something. But she has to compromise. What does she have to compromise before I move on? Her courage. She's a strong woman. But it's telling me she had to always fight and always basically had to have some sort of courage. This relationship is going to require some sort of courage, as far as like what she wants to compromise, what she wants to settle with. At the same time, she's a woman that lives moment to moment. That's what she does, moment to moment. How much is she trying to conform? And it's interesting, right? Because if I'm correct, I think her wedding, if she even got married, I don't know what that was about. But it's kind of just like, I believe her wedding was while she was pregnant or something like that. I don't know if she had the kid yet, but I think she was like pregnant. And I thought that was so almost uncharacteristic of like low Bosworth, because like if you watch The Hills, she's almost like conservative, not like in a pretentious way. But again, like I said, like she had some sort of dignity. So it's kind of just like, I don't know. Seeing her that way, it kind of threw me off because I was like, this is out of character for her. And it's true. Like, how much is things out of character for her, right? Is she trying to conform and be like everyone else, right? And this could go both ways, right? Like, did she get married because she feels like, okay, I'm going to have a baby, so I need to get married, Could it also be kind of just like maybe she didn't really like want a marriage or something, or maybe she wanted the marriage before being pregnant, like it's something about a compromise here. She had to compromise. She either had to conform, because this card is actually about either conforming or being restricted, knowing that you're being restricted, that you need to change. this conditioning. Something's going on there. And I mean, it's pretty prevalent with her. Beyond the illusion, though, at the end of the day, like, she just doesn't need to care about what anyone has to say. Even if this relationship is bad, even if it's not for her, if she's happy and she has like a kid or a beautiful kid she love and care about, and she come out of this relationship with just that, and she can say like, okay, well, I tried the marriage thing, I've had the kid, so I'm complete. Sometimes an energy is just telling me it's true. Sometimes for us humans, it's the simple things like that. And the energy is telling me this is so real. Like sometimes it's just the simple things like that can complete us, right? For us to say like, oh, I did it, I tried it. And whether or not it's for us or not, like, it makes us complete. Either way, like I told you, she's going to have her happiness. Because what's simmering in the bottom is like, yeah, she's not completely happy now. Let me just keep it real. But the bottom energy is interesting because it always represents what's simmering, like what's bubbling up, right? This is what's crowning the energy, the beyond the illusion, like seeing beyond just everything. But what's bubbling up is she's going to be happy at the end of the day. So, I mean, I thought this was a good reading. I'm actually going to leave it here. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm onto something or what? Peace and abundance, everyone, and take care.